Hi everybody, welcome to the next video. This is again about Mbsr, and we'll make this one a little shorter and also include a little bit of practice. So week one is in Mbsr is what is mindfulness and automatic pilot, and we'll do a little bit slightly longer practice with the sounds and the bells again, which was on the short, very briefly on the short. And then we'll finish, once we've done that really, we'll finish with just a few words about the first guest who's appearing on the next video. So why do I practice? Why would I want to spend every day practicing? Well, I think the first thing that tends to come to mind is the sense of space. The sense of space and time, the space that's around us and the time that we don't think we have. And usually, if you think about our automatic pilot, we're not aware of the space. I mean, as you sat in the room or your office or wherever you are on the train, I'm sat in the living room here. And normally we're always thinking about the objects. We're conscious of the objects, the settee behind us, little work of art above, the TV in front, etc., the lamps. But actually the space to the sides, above, behind, the space there and the space inside the body as well. So what we're doing in mindfulness is we're tapping into this space, these pauses in time as well. By stepping back, we're able to step up and view and be an observer. And it also connects us with, reminds us of the nature of awareness. So within our awareness, we always have these constant thoughts and thinking going on, and pressures and worries and impulses to act or not to act. It's part of life. But there's something more, there's something bigger, literally there's something bigger in the room, like the space. And that's our awareness. And more specifically with Mbsr, one of the great findings around this is how we're relating to our difficulties and our stresses matters. So there's the first one. How we relate to them in the moment, and usually we're not particularly conscious of how we're relating to them. Not just me or you, everybody, humans. So that's the first one. It matters because it impacts on so many things. But secondly, amazingly, it's possible to shift the way that we view events and conditions in our lives. So we can't do anything about the original stressor, often. Sometimes we can, but often we can't. The situation, the event. But it's how we respond, how we're with it, that we get really into an Mbsr. A quick example before we get into a little practice. In the community room where I do a regular weekly session, we have, outside of the room, there's a corridor and there's doors. And there's a big hall. And sometimes people who are using the hall go past our room on the corridor to go to the bathroom. And the doors will bang. The doors do bang. So of course when we are sitting down or lying or whatever and we're listening, we sometimes do mindfulness of hearing with sounds. Bang, bang, bang. What's really interesting is the difference in people's experience. Not from one individual to the other, but there are differences there. But for that individual, 1 week's banging of the door can be really difficult, I'm almost to the point of getting up and having words with the person who's banging the door. Another week can be different again. It's banging, oh yeah, it's banging. Yeah, it's part of the big scenario of sounds there going on. I'm okay, I'm all right with it. And then other people occasionally even say, you know what, I don't mind that. It's quite nice to have something that I can bring my attention to when there's been maybe a felt sense of too much silence or whatever. So just that was just a very quick example. So when you listen to the bell, when we're just about to do it, just notice your response. Could be good, bad, or different. You'll have thoughts. But we really do have a choice about where we place our attention, where we put our awareness. And in the community room at St. Michael's it is, and there's a clock in the background. And it's got this really, when you first go in, you don't notice it, but it's there. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and it's there. And everybody who comes in, when we do a practice, that is what they remember. That was the anchor or the mooring for them. So it's possible to take your attention from something that's difficult and hard and place it on something that's more neutral. And these are the things we learn in Mbsr and also in general mindfulness. Okay. If you can sit down better or stand still better. If not, maybe do this a little bit later when you can, or maybe you can do it when you're walking about or whatever. Anyway, the bells signal the start and they'll signal the end of this mini, very short sounds meditation practice. Settling into your practice, noticing the contact of your feet on the floor, wherever the body, whatever the posture of the body is in now, sitting, standing, walking, moving. And wherever you are right now, opening your ears to whatever sounds are there for you. The sound of what's inside, where you are, what's outside, the words of this short guidance, the bell, and when you notice your mind wandering, getting caught up in a detail about the bell, about a sound, about something completely different, you notice it, acknowledge it, come back to the sounds that are coming into your ears, the nearby sounds, external sounds, the sounds of the words of the guidance, the bell, allowing the sounds to be there and being aware of the space and the quiet in between the sounds. It's the end of that little sounds practice, and the next video will have Simon Barnes from Bristol Mindfulness, and he's my supervisor. I'm looking forward to introducing him to you, and it's been nice to get somebody else's take on it. And if you can, like and subscribe, I'll be really happy, and feels nice when you see those coming in. It's all new. It's all a new thing for me. Anyway, take care. I'm not quite as long as last time, but I'm meant to be a little bit shorter. Sorry about that. Anyway, take care, everybody. See you again soon. Bye.